What's up, my family? How are you guys? I hope you're doing well, because I'm doing amazingly every day. When I made the video, love is the key, I only understood that you need to practice unconditional love in every moment. Now I can do it. Now I can practice unconditional love in everything. Washing the dishes, cleaning, keeping it clean, making chaos for a few days and then clean it later, because I love everything, so I love chaos sometimes, but most of the time I like it clean. And I've learned so many things. It's like everyone's just the universe, experiencing the universe. And this whole world is just like it's since the Mayan times and the Aztecs and the Egyptians, or all of them, they all practice the chakras, the third eye, and energies, pranas, all these things that now, if you ask someone, it's pseudoscience or it's not real. It's like, shake, where did you get your information from? Have you checked the science on that? That's pseudoscience. Oh, well, I get my information not from Google, not from the internet, but from myself. We are the internet. We are the fifth dimensional internet. We have unlimited information in our consciousness. We are the universe. We can connect to it and learn anything at any point of time when you become unconditional love. It's like we're all just gods who forgot we're gods. We played a mind trick on ourselves to experience fear, all these emotions, sadness, anger, only to learn from. Life would be so boring if we just started from unconditional love. Everything would just be perfect all the time. It's perfect all the time anyway, because everything's always positive in the end. But you tricked yourself to believe that, oh, I'm so sad, this, my life sucks, this, or I'm angry about this, only to develop in the negative and become more positive in the end. So every negative experience you ever had, you used to accept, move on, and learn that everything is love in the end, and that whatever happened just made you stronger. Like, it didn't make you weaker, you learned from it, made you wiser, made you not do that again, or whatever you learned from it, I don't know. And there's more ways to explain this. Like, we're always creating the realities around us. We're manifesting the words we speak. We're manifesting reality even by thinking. If I go think, let's take an example. If I'm gonna go play guitar or play slackline, a normal person in today's society, normal person, a Babylon person, who were raised to believe that, oh, some people have talent in this, some people can't do that, some people are better at that. Everybody can do anything they want. Of course, some people have an easier time learning that talent, because maybe that's part of their soul journey, 100% to learn that. But then you have your free will to learn anything also with unconditional love. And then you can practice and master whatever art you want, guitar, drawing, whatever you like to do, you can master it. Like, it's so easy. I'm gonna start singing. I've started practicing singing a lot. I'm gonna play the guitar also, but that's my second step. My first thing, I'm gonna learn French, and then I'm gonna sing some songs with my friend who plays the guitar, Alex. And then I'm gonna make more videos also about the universe, explaining stuff in detail about the numbers in the universe. There's only the only real numbers, or real numbers, that you can count that actually tell stuff. Otherwise, there's just numbers repeated on themselves. Is 1 to 9. First there's the 1, then there's the 2, and all of these different numbers on 1 to 9 have meaning. I'll make a full video explaining in detail what all these numbers have meaning, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then it restarts and it becomes the duality of 1 and 0. And then it's just the duality of the world. It's everything and nothing at the same time. And that's what you can learn to be. You can learn to be the universe, everything and nothing at the same time. And then you just have to accept that you know everything about the universe, but also nothing, because there's still more to learn. You still have to master all these things. But the big picture of the universe, you understand that you had to learn all these things, do all these past karmas in your past lives to reach the point where you're at now. Because right now, we're in heaven. Some people are not in heaven, but they are in heaven. They're in hell. They're living in hell in heaven. Because all the time when you're creating stories, you're telling these beautiful stories that you're creating with your mind. You make a thought, and then you make a vision, and then you speak it. And then it can become reality if enough people believe it, or if enough people hear it. It's like if I create a shit story, you can create a rumor to someone, and if they have a loud mouth, they will speak it and spread it, and people will believe it. Mm. That's creating fake stories. That's creating stories that create a negative reality. And that's exactly what the Babylon did. And I'm not saying the Babylon is bad or good, because everything is always positive in the end. We just have to learn that some things are bad in one way, but also good in another way, because it's the duality. Everything's good and bad at the same time, or none of them. It's funny. In the end, everything's positive energy. Everything around us, everywhere in the world, is just positive energy that we've tricked ourselves by the Babylon into spreading negative energy with our positive mind. And we spread fake negative stories with positive energies, creating weird realities. And that's what the Babylon did. They told us we can only jump this high, you can only do this, anything is not possible, stuff is impossible. Is what they tell you in school. Oh, the earth is magma inside, is heaven, the stars, blah blah blah. Everything's bullshit. Try it yourself. Experiment. Don't trust other people's word for stuff. Of course, if you resonate with someone and you really get what they're talking about, then okay, trust them, but always do your own research. Don't do something just because someone told you to do it. Do what you feel. Do what you deep inside know. Deep inside, everybody knows what they gotta do, what they have to do, what they want to do, what they love to do. The thing is, no one has to do anything if they don't want to. Everybody is free. That's the biggest thing the Babylon made us forget. Since we're born, they say, oh, here you have to go to school. Here you have to take vaccines that make you stupid and kill you and sick. Here you have to do that. You have to go to school. You have to get a job. You have to get an apartment. You have to do all these things if you want to live in the system. But what I'm telling you, you don't need to live in the system. Come live in free communities all around the world. Make them better, and let's make a lot of them all over the place that are self-sustainable. It's like most people, even people here, or first I'm gonna explain the dimensions of living in hell and heaven. After I take off my shirt because it's really warm. I have my shirt, my thing up. Fuck it. First you have the third dimension of the Matrix, where the Babylon tell you you can't do this, you can't do that, blah blah blah. You're still stuck in their belief systems of you can't do some stuff. Then you have the fourth dimension, where you began your spiritual journey. You started questioning stuff, you started experimenting, trying stuff yourself, finding out the real reality of the world, and you start realizing that a lot of things is possible. I was stuck in this dimension for a while, because you think, oh, I hate the government, I hate that. That's how I felt, at least. That was my biggest trauma to heal. You have to heal all your old traumas, your angers, and all these things, and get past them and learn from them and move on and become unconditional love. My biggest one was to let go that I hate the government. They told me so much bullshit my whole life. I never believed them. They just taught me, you do this, you have to do that, take this test, do like this, sit in a classroom like a slave and listen to bullshit every day. And then get a job, get a degree, get that, do that. Fuck you, is how I felt. I still feel like fuck the government, but I feel like fuck the government in a way that I still love the government for teaching the lessons they did, teaching me how to see all these fake stories, fake realities that they're creating from the ego and money and slavery. and racism. This is all things just for us to learn. Not a place I want to live. They can do their thing over there, and then you can move out in nature and be free. Either go free, buy a van, go free, drive away from the Babylon, and then you will start doing meditation. When you're free, you understand stuff faster from the universe. You get more signs and stuff that you like really see as soon as you leave the cities and go in nature. Or come to the communities, different communities all around the world. Just be free. Do what you want. Find your passion. Just leave the government, because they're just pulling you, trying to pull you back into your weird belief systems of, I need money, I need that. Of course, maybe you need money for stuff, but if you save a little bit of money, and then you leave, and then you find a community, or you build a house, or you have a van, you can live almost for free. Like, it's not so hard. In communities, you get food. If you want to live in your van, you can grow food, or there's orange trees everywhere, there's fruit trees everywhere in tropical countries you can go pick. There's always ways to survive. We have nature, there's wild edible plants everywhere that people don't know about. I'm gonna make a video someday with my friend Alex, also explaining that there's so many wild healthy herbs you can eat, but then heal you also. It's like this, it's like the fifth cycle of the sun is coming to a close. It's done it before, it happened before, but our ancestors, they tried to do all the things. Either they did it or they didn't. I'm not sure. Either they failed and we're redoing it, or they managed to do it and disappeared into the universe in another dimension. And the Babylon is still here and we have to do it again. Or they failed and we have to do it again. Either way, it was all meant to be. Everything's always meant to be. The universe has one big plan for everybody. And then you have your free will to change it also. That's the fun part. Like, every step you take is meant to be, but then you have your free will to change it also. So if you don't want to do your soul purpose, then you won't. If you feel like you want to be free for a while and don't do anything, you want to be lazy and do nothing, go do that. Do what you feel all the time. Do what you deep inside in your heart. After some meditation, do some heart chakra meditation. Open up your chakras and get to know yourself deep inside and start feeling the love, and find your passions, find your motivation, find your life spark. Because I can promise you, your life spark is not working for someone else. You don't have to work for anyone else than yourself. The only work you really need is yourself. It's like maybe grow some plants, build a house, build a community, travel the world, play some guitar, practice some art. Like, these things people want to do, not have to do in the government. That's being free. It's the best. Everybody should live like that. You have an unlimited time to practice art and everything. You have no stress. Of course, if you live in a community, you have to clean and do kitchen stuff and help out and build and garden, but that's only if you want to. If you don't want to help, don't help. Go live in your van somewhere. Like, it's so much easier to work when you really want to. And if you go to a work you hate, then you'll become depressed and stressed and you'll get sick. So I had a comment. I'll explain it a bit more in detail in this video. Maybe I'll make a own video about negative thinking, but it's proven in the old medical books. They say you can't change the genes and blah blah blah. People are depressed, they have not enough serotonin, blah blah blah, they're stressed, it's genetics fault. You can change your DNA. You can always expand your DNA, make more, and change it depending on your environment and what you think and believe in. So if you maybe Google stress, negative thinking, or stress causes cancer with negative thinking, it's because stress is just a thing made by Babylon to keep us in fear and stress and all these things of not thinking properly, not thinking in the positive, trying to make you think you have to hurry up to go there. Oh, you're in a hurry to go there. Oh, you'd rather lose a minute of your life than lose your life in a minute. That's what I have to say about stress. Relax, calm down, do what you feel, not what you have to do. It's been proven, I don't remember if it's epigenetics or epigenetics, something like this. I don't remember the guy's name, but that proves that cells and genes can change depending on the environment around you, and that makes all the medical science wrong, like what they've been saying for a long time. You can heal yourself with prana, chakras, energy that's flowing around you. You can send out the energies to your fingers, and you can do special massage, and then you can heal people's backs, and you can do all these things. I just started practicing these things. I just started practicing with my prana, with my aura. If gravity is not real, and when you accept this and you start playing with your prana, you can go like this. Wait 1 second. You can send out the energy from your body, and you can feel your aura. When you go closer, you can feel it stopping, because you can feel your aura and the prana energy. And you can practice all these things. Can take a flame and you can practice to move it, or a pendulum, and you can make it spin with your chakras or with your prana energy. Everything in the universe is just positive energy. We're all the universe experiencing the universe. We're all shards of the universe in different bodies. And the thing that people are living in hell is because they're in the third dimension, where they believe in hell or the god, or atheists, or they just hardcore believe in science and the Big Bang, and that everything is science. It's not. There's no mystical powers. Of course, there's mystical powers. Have you seen life? Magic is real. Spells are real. Meditation is real. Energy is real. Yoga is real. It's been written. Special signs. My clothes have these signs. The Hindus, the Mayans, the Egypts. You think these thousands of people just wrote about energies and chakras just by coincidence, that they are all connected and practiced and have like secret practices that have been passing down through generations, through people, and the Babylon has been trying to hide it. You think that's just a coincidence that all these fucking ancient people practice energies and chakras and knew that they were the universe? And if you go to school, they're like, no, 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 these people, they used slaves, they used that, the pyramids were built with blocks and people dragged them. It's fucking perfect, aligned with the stars and everything. All ancient structures are built in geometry with the stars to gather special energies and stuff. How can that wasn't made by slaves dragging stones and shit? They hide the real history, because history is his story. The winner writes the story. The winner of the war writes the story. The winner of that writes the story. It's like telling your story if something happens to you. And this is just an example. It happens a lot. It happens to you, and then you tell it to another friend, and then maybe you told it a little bit different, and then it changed, and he was like, oh, cool story, and he tells it to the next person, and you do this in a circle. It comes back, and the story will be completely changed, and there will be some extra stuff added, and a lot of stuff happen, and maybe there's a little bit of truth left in the story, but most of it is just manipulated bullshit that's been spreading between the people to exaggerate the story. I'm also starting to write a book. Not the best hand style, but I like to write fast and I can read it. Maybe I'll do it more properly later. It's called the Book of Promises, and I'm gonna write down like good promises that I make to myself that I'm gonna keep, or just stuff that I need to remember, or like rules of the universe that I really don't want to forget, that I start to remember, and then I write them down. The first one I wrote down is like, temptation appears in your face. Remember, less is more. Take maximum one, better nothing. But the real key in this text is temptation appears in your face, remember less is more. And my own rule is take maximum one, better nothing. But less is more. It's one big practice of the universe. Then I wrote down everything is pretty if you want it to be. Because you're the master of your reality. You are God, you're the universe, whatever you want to call it. You're Jesus, whatever you want to call all these ancient holy things. This generation or all generations, I'm not sure. We're all holy. We're all the savior. Everybody is the universe and here to save Gaia, save the planet. Nothing exists without balance. It's like yin and yang. We need the opposites in the universe. We live in a duality universe. You need good needs bad, or evil if you want to call it that. Wood, no, fire needs water, and light needs dark, and fast needs slow, and so many things. It's like everything's the same, but also not the same. Everyone's the same because they are the universe, but they're also not the same because they have different bodies and souls. So we're all pieces of the universe. We're all puzzle pieces of the universe. So together we can do pretty much anything. Alone you can do anything also, but together we'll be even stronger. Together we'll be unstoppable. Everything's always okay. Everything's always okay. It's always meant to be. Your life, every step you took, it's always meant to be. It's always okay. Even if it doesn't feel okay, it's just to teach you a lesson. Because in the end, you develop in the negative and realize that everything is positive. Everyone is the universe playing the game of forgetting everything to experience more things in life and overcome things to later become pure light. That's the thing. We're all pure light on the inside. We're just the universe shining. We play this mind trick on ourselves to forget to experience more parts of life and overcome these fears and stuff. But let's speed up the process. Let's wake up and create a paradise together. Because I also know that soon, maybe not this year or next year, or it is this end of this year and the next year, the apocalypse is coming. That's been saying in the scriptures for so long. And I'm not saying we're all gonna die. I'm saying that the people that have been causing so much pain to Gaia, the Babylon, the oil people, all these cities, the people that don't want to leave the cities when a storm comes are gonna die. And the woke people, and they're not gonna die for real because they just have their karmas left and they play too much on their egos in that life, so they need another life where they can do it right and maybe ascend and do it properly that time. But some people are gonna have to die in this body. That doesn't mean they will die for real. But that's all meant to be. You see this all around the world. There's big storms, hurricanes, there's fires, the glaciers are melting, the sea levels are rising. It's the fifth cycle of the sun coming to a close. And all the woke people are gonna feel this apocalypse, or I don't even want to call it an apocalypse, it's just the beginning of the new earth. We're gonna cleanse what's old and get what's new, and the chosen people are gonna have to climb mountains and survive while stuff comes crashing down. It's just one vision I've had. Hmm. I'm an apocalyptimist. I know it's something positive because everything's always positive in the end. Fear only exists as a lesson to overcome it and be fearless. It's like it's a lesson for you to overcome it and learn to live in it. Also, like you don't live in the fear like you're afraid all the time, but if something happens, you're okay with the fear. You've overcome that the fear is a problem. You accepted it and you can do anything, even if it looks scary. You know that you can do anything because you are universe and you can do anything at any point of time if you want to. It's like before I didn't know how to do the hoops. It's like a hoop ring that it's an art you can practice and play and dance. And I did it before I reached unconditional love, and I was like, oh fuck, oh, I can't do it. And now when I reach unconditional love, I asked some advice for how to do it. I took the ring, I did the technique, I was spinning it in rhythms, and I started moving it and was dancing with it, and I learned to switch between the hands. It was super easy because I didn't doubt myself. I knew that now I know that I can do anything. And then life becomes so much easier to learn. Like all aspects of life. You can go connect with a plant outside, you can do a deep connection with everything in the universe. To overcome it and be fearless, and of course to feel more aspects of life. This is a big one that I had to overcome, because when I was in the fourth dimension of spirituality, I was walking around thinking like, oh, I'm eating organic, I'm eating a lot good food, I'm doing fasting, I'm doing yoga, I'm doing meditation, I'm doing breathing, I'm doing all these things. And then I see other spiritual people, they're just like, oh, party, 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 party. And I was judging them, thinking, oh, the fucking alcoholics, oh, fucking druggies. But I just realized after a while that I'm just judging myself. I also love drugs, I also love to party, I also love alcohol. But I remember that less is more now. So if I'm gonna do shit drugs, maybe once in a while to party, I remember less is more. But I'm done with bad drugs anyway. Acid and hash, that's pure love, man. It's my pure love options. They give me clarity. They don't affect me negatively. Of course, you need a break from everything sometimes. So when you have negative thoughts about someone, you're only having a negative thought about yourself, because everyone is perfect in their own way. When you realize that everyone has their own journey to the light, and when you stop judging people's journeys and start loving everything, that's when you reach the point of being God, the universe. Now Daniel comes.
And who is it?
A video.
Oh shit. Fucking video.
I'm trying to explain stuff to people.
Not again, man.
Not again, man.
Not again. Not a fucking video, man.
And when you remember that you are everyone, and you only want to help everybody all the time, you should remember that actions speak louder than words. Be humble, be gentle, spread love in every moment.
Don't forget to pee as well.
Peeing is important, but we love to pee. We love to do everything. Rules can always change, but structure is always nice to have. Like a structure of your light, what your vision of what you want to do with your light. But small rules in your life, you should be open to change, because stuff is always changing constantly. You snooze, you lose. Stay in the now. Set dreams, visions, goals, thoughts, but stay in the now to reach them. That's the thing you have to practice when you become the universe. You don't have to practice your problems, overcoming fear and these things. You have to practice creating a thought and a vision of something, and then manifesting it into this place here with your words and your hands and everything. The only real thing is the now. The other things is just in your mind. The past, the future, they're not real. It's just you thinking of them. And then you experienced them before, so they kind of are real. But the now is the only real thing for you at the point where you think those thoughts. You can't travel to the future, you can't travel to the past. The only thing is the now. So get the thought of what you want to do and how you want to do it, and then put it into motion. Words are magic, they're just spells that you're casting all the time. Life is what you wanted to believe. You're the creator of your own reality. You create the reality around you. Of course, you don't create every single thing all the time, but a lot of things you affect all the time. If you think negatively, have fear and anxiety, then you'll gather people in your life that abuse you, or people that have the same problems, or you attract what you give in the universe. The universe has laws of the universe. I think they're called the seven heretic principles or something. And one is like give and receive. If you give something to the universe, you receive back what you give. So if you only give positive energy and love all the time, you're getting a lot of stuff from the universe all the time. If you're only feeding fear and shit, then you're only getting that back. Fucking old papers. Fucking.
I found a joint up there.
Cool. I found some loose hash in my kangaroo pocket.
You didn't have anything?
Nope. Babylon is only there to teach us a lesson and experience more parts of life. Trust yourself, trust the universe, it's you, it's the same thing. Don't doubt it. Never doubt your choices. Don't worry about a thing. Everything's always meant to be. This is just some good life tips. Meditate, breathe, water, sleep, exercise, plant, stretch, love, help, art, and dance, and fasting. If you do these things, you'll wake up.
Ooh.
Help yourself before you can really help others. When you're pure soul, when you are the pure soul, all you want to do is help everyone. One love. Live to learn and learn to live. It's the same thing, but different. Life is what you think. It's more like life is just your thoughts manifested into reality because you're the creator of reality. Thinking is a tool in this reality to create more things and manifest them. Connect the mind, the body, and the soul, and then you'll become the universe and you'll be connected to everything all the time. Then you'll become the 10 in all the numbers of the numerology. Just do it, otherwise you'll get stuck inside and only need to remember the rules. Like, the now is the best time to do anything. If you get a thought like, oh shit, I have to do, I want to do this, you're like, nah, tomorrow. And then you're only pushing on something that you really want to do. The best thing to do it is just do it in the now. If you're like, oh, I need to clean, don't think about it, because then you're just stuck in your mind, just spinning around somewhere in your head, knowing that you should have done it, but you didn't. And just do everything you feel like doing in the now. Don't think so much, just do. Think one thought, I need to do it, I have to do it, I want to do it, I love to do it. One of these things, whatever you want to think, visualize it, and then just do it. Yeah, focus on the now. It's like so important. I have to say it again. So don't get stuck in the past. Learn from the past and move on. And don't get stuck in the future, because the future will be so great when you start realizing stuff. But you you can't forget that you have to be in the now to create the future. Everybody's living the perfect dream of God. This is just some weird drawings of energy and flow. Everything is the energy flow of the universe. That's why everything in the end is always positive. This is just a weird thing I wrote. Don't kill animals, they are conscious beings like you and me. Vibrations are a part of everything. Energy vibrates, everything is positive if you want it to be. Anyway, it's positive, but you can think it's negative for a while until you learn that everything's positive. Because everything's also always the same, but also not. I have another story in this book, but I'll leave it for another day. my book of promises, like I said. I will write more and I will show more some other day. But that's all for now. I don't even know fully what this video is gonna be about, but it's just stories of the universe, life tips, advice on how to reach unconditional love, what the universe is for, what's happening in the future. We need to gather all the people, at least, that's starting to wake up and create a beautiful new earth together. But there's no stress. Everything's always meant to be. So if you feel this video and you're resonating and understand what I mean, then maybe come to Tujero, check out my other video, or do what you feel, go travel, go get free, leave the Babylon. That's the best advice I can give to start waking up. It's like more than meditation and yoga and all these things. It's get free, go away from needing money, save up some money, buy a car, or save up some money, buy a tent and a bag, and get the fuck out of the government. Leave the country where you're at least not in the country where you started, because then you feel more free and you don't feel like you care so much for the government. Or just go out in the nature in some tropical country or whatever and go do what you feel, not what you have to do in the government. That's my message today. I love you all. Peace out.